fancy equipment.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Nothing but the best. That's what it is.
Yeah, because 2 years ago I was in Hawaii. Remember, I called in.
You were the Hawaiian dude?
From the pool, and you kept hearing this bird
Yes, I
clear
know.
across the pool.
Was that what? Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, listen to Mr. Fancy Pants
Yeah.
Vacation guy over there enjoying life. And he's like, garçon, where's
Yeah.
my drink?
I'll have another pina colada, thank you.
I didn't know that was you. So
That was me.
Is this podcast, is this like nationwide or is it local?
No, it's just local. It's
Okay.
just local.
But we've received hate mail nationwide.
Yeah.
Well, that's something.
We've been turned down by the best.
Yes,
so
There you go.
Yeah.
We do. We have a crazy theater community in this area. We have about 13 to 15 theater companies in the area. We have the opera, obviously. We have national tours that come rolling through all the
Yeah.
time. We're having Beetlejuice on like next week, that's rolling through. And we had Chicago on just the other week. We have a performing arts high school right here downtown, right next to you guys.
Cameron was just there, did a master
Get
class.
out of town.
Yeah.
Really? You
Yeah.
did a master class?
For Amelia's class, yeah. her
Oh, Miss
musical theater
LaFever?
class.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what did you teach the young people down over there?
Yeah, well, so they just had two people get up and sing and, just like coaching them on vocal technique and maybe some kind of performance technique.
Uh-huh.
The one thing I think of is that this one girl, she had a song that she was like angry and frustrated, but she was clenching her jaw.
Aha.
And I was like, when you act, you can clench your jaw, but when you sing, can't clench your jaw.
Yeah. Was she younger? I mean, what do you know what grade
I think
were?
they were
Was-
juniors. I think
Juniors?
They were both
Yeah.
juniors.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So not the most advanced, but the next advanced.
Yeah,
at least,
yeah.
though,
Yeah, they were great though.
That's cool. I know
Yeah, they
right
were
now
great.
that this week is musical theater auditions in Chicago. So I wonder if that played into the reason why she didn't have you with the seniors. Because these guys are gone.
They're going to their college auditions.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Some of them
yeah.
are gone and doing their thing. So
Well, to teach a master's class, you must be a really big deal. And
Yeah.
your
Well-
smile lights up the whole room.
Oh, well, thank you. Well, they call it a master class, I mean, like, that's a broad term,
Is
I
it?
mean, like, who really is a master?
I
But,
don't know.
you know,
They don't
but,
give you belts that say you're a master or anything, a brown belt, black belt, all that kind of stuff.
well, they should, no.
Yeah, they should.
No, it's just a broad term just for anybody going in and teaching about singing and, I think it's mainly for like singing and dancing. They call it a master class, but pretty much anybody can
I bet
teach
they
it.
were riveted. I know those
I
kids
hope,
were riveted.
I mean, I hope they got something out
Did
of it.
they look
yeah.
like they were staring at you the whole time, mouth agape?
Well, I
They
mean,
were.
I don't know.
Were you there, Jim?
Yeah, I went, of course, yeah.
So you went home for the break. You have a rat terrier?
Yeah.
Ah, the
Okay,
rat
yeah,
tail.
we are at the Toledo Opera. We're actually sitting in the Valentine Theater. You're listening to Stage Door, a theater podcast hosted by a couple of average guys, and we're talking to some of the people that are involved with South Pacific. Okay, and one of the people that is here is Cameron. And Cameron, you were the alternate in the original.
That's right. Yeah.
So a huge deal. That's what Ron was trying to get at. A
Yeah.
huge, ginormous deal. But more importantly, you have a rat terrier.
What?
That's true. Yeah.
So you brought that. Where do you live originally then?
So I'm in Atlanta.
Okay.
So I drove up here. You know,
Drove?
I drove up because he's too big to fit on a plane.
I'm a rat terrier owner. I'm a rat.
yeah.
I love rat terriers.
Yeah, I mean, they're such good dogs.
They're the best dogs. If anybody's looking for a
Yeah.
dog, it's a rat terrier.
They're
I had a list when my wife said I want a dog, and I said, okay, well, I want a dog that's smart. I want a dog that's good with families. I want a dog that's not huge. I want a dog that doesn't have health problems. I want a dog. And she's like, how about this dog rat terrier? I was like, how did you find a dog like that?
Yeah.
And they are perfect. They
Yeah.
are perfect dogs.
Yeah, they're so cute because like I always liked Jack Russells.
Yes.
But Jack Russells are crazy.
They're spazzy.
Yeah,
Exactly. Compared
yeah.
to a Jack Russell, the rat terriers are great. They got the little bug eyes. They're so cute. Oh my gosh. I could talk about rat terriers with you all day
they're
long.
they're much more calm. They're much more mellow.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
mine is Fudge. It was ours named Fudge, and now we have another one, named Marty, and he's one of our big guests. He's one of our guest favorites. So I would love to meet your doggy sometime. Yeah. but besides that, you were a huge deal. You were an alternate on the original cast,
Yo,
right?
Yeah.
Miss
Getting it
Saigon.
right?
Yeah, so I mean,
Miss Saigon.
I don't know if I was a huge deal, but
Oh.
the show was a huge deal. Yeah, so I was the original alternate Kim in Miss Saigon, which means I went on twice a week. So on Broadway, there are 8 shows.
Okay.
2 shows on Wednesday, 2 shows on Saturday. So I would do one of the 2 shows on Wednesday or Saturday.
So they don't completely ruin the person's voice that's doing it?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Whoever
yeah.
that other person was.
Yeah, not as cool as you. Obviously not as cool.
Leah something.
Leah
Leah
Salonga.
Oh,
Yeah.
she was kind of good too. Yeah.
Well,
Okay, that's fine. We're not here about that. We're here about Cameron. So you would go on twice a week on Broadway?
yes. Yeah, it's the best gig on Broadway. It really
It does
is.
sound like a great
yeah,
gig.
Yeah.
What do you do on the other days?
Hang out.
Really? They don't throw you in the chorus or singing off stage?
No, that they didn't. Yeah, well,
Wow,
well,
that
That's
is
the
best
difference
gig.
between an alternate and a standby or a cover, because they have to be within a half hour of the theater.
I would have
until
to
the-
be in a half.
Until
So
the
I'd have
stage
to
manager
call
goes,
it.
"Yep, you're good."
Yeah, so I'd have to call in on days that I wasn't on, and I lived close enough that
You didn't even have to show up on those days? You just would call
What a-
and they'd be like, nah, she's feeling fine. You don't have to come in.
That's why
Diva,
it's a good
that's
gig.
Yeah.
It's a good
Oh,
gig.
so you're, just,
Yeah.
you're
She's
sitting
like
at
a-
home petting your rat terrier and getting
Yeah.
paid?
What a diva. That is
That
so.
is amazing.
well back then I didn't have a rat terrier, but yeah, it's the best gig on Broadway.
No kidding. I didn't know that was a thing. I thought they did take people and
They don't do that in every show.
Yeah.
It's depending.
Yeah. There really aren't a lot of shows that do that, but the role of Kim is just she's like in almost every scene. She sings through the
Gotcha.
entire show.
So she needs
so-
a rest.
Yeah.
And
That is
it was back when producers had a lot of money and they weren't afraid to use it. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, back when-
Phantom had a Christine that, the Christine only did 6 performances, and the cover did, the alternate would do the other 2. So
Yeah.
you don't see that much anymore. They're like, we're going to squeeze every dime out of this show as
I
we can.
assume so. Look at Come From Away. They make everybody play like 7 parts. So
Exactly.
You think you're walking off
Exactly.
stage? I don't think so.
No.
Bring your water
Yeah.
on stage. Take a drink on stage. We don't care.
Yeah, I think that that's from what I understand, after COVID, the whole thing on Broadway changed. Casts are smaller, just because I guess people aren't, they
know.
they might be afraid to go to the theater now.
Oh,
I don't know.
Did you guys color coordinate with each other too?
Yeah.
What's
We
going on
did.
here?
We did.
You said I'm wearing my that puce or fuchsia.
She walked
Dark
in and
pink.
we went, oh, twin.
Oh, matchy.
Yes, exactly.
Well, she's a big deal, but you're just.
I'm just here.
Yeah, you're just here.
Hey,
So
he's the
Jim,
big
you are
cheese
the what?
here.
The big cheese. Yeah. What are you doing for the show, man?
Well, I'm the general director of Toledo Opera, but I'm also staging South Pacific. So this is the 4th time I've done this show, and I'm really thrilled to have
Fourth
such a great...
time for total your whole life, or
Yes.
4th time for the opera here?
No, 4th time. I started, this is the first show I ever directed back in 1980 for a local high school.
When you were 7, nice job.
Right,
You're a prodigy.
right.
Mhm.
And then I did it for another local high school, and then I did it for the rep, 10, 15 years ago, and then now we're doing it here.
Staging.
Wow.
What is staging?
Staging means I really have the concept of, okay, this is what it's going to look like, and then when the actors get in, we talk about their intentions and their backstory to their characters, and then I say, I think you cross down here, and let's turn, let's do a kiss here, let's do whatever. So I'm kind of the ringmaster.
Do you have planes strafing people with
No.
bullets? Do you have bullets?
No, we try to make a very collaborative room, and to share and say, hey, what do you think, and all of that.
Okay,
yeah.
so you're the staging of what's going on here.
Correct.
But the performers that you have in here, Cameron, you showed up when?
Week and a half ago.
10 days.
Something?
So she's
Yeah.
not even here. So you have to do all of this on your own, and so
all
tell
up
us.
in my head.
Tell me some of this. Here, 'cause
So
we're in a
I-
room right now that doesn't even have a whole lot going on, right?
Well, we've got a few props that fill in for the things that when we move to the stage on Saturday,
Gotcha.
and so we'll be on stage for 6 days and put it all together with a few lighting rehearsals, a few video rehearsals.
so 6
and-
days. You show up, and then you got 6 days to.
No, we've got about 14 days, about 2 weeks of room rehearsals, and then we
Yes.
move to the stage.
But
for a
only
week.
6 days to actually do the staging of everything
on
real
stage.
time. Gotcha. And the lighting.
Right,
and all
right,
that good
exactly. Yeah, the rest of it's done in a rehearsal space.
Yeah, which is a great rehearsal space in here. I mean,
Yeah,
I
it's
think
wonderful.
it is anyways.
This
Is this, what do you think? You're the master of classes, so
And it's
yeah,
great
I mean,
here.
Do you come to? I mean, how's this fit with all the other ones that you have gone to? Do they give you big spaces all the time like this?
I've been in all kinds of houses. Yeah, this is wonderful here. Yeah, I mean, it's, I would think that there's a lot of history in this building. Is there?
Yes.
There
This
is.
room's haunted, I heard.
Yeah.
I
It's
did
an
hear
old,
that.
It's an old vaudeville house that opened in 1895, and this rehearsal space up on the 5th floor of the Valentine was really just empty space above the stage. So we're kind of half above the stage and half above the new lobby. So the grand lobby as it is. So this was kind of, they were like, maybe we just put a rehearsal space up here. So,
They just had with the flooring. Was the flooring in here?
No. That it was just empty, and so they put it all in.
Like just when you mean empty, I mean like was it an attic? Did they put clothing?
I
up
think
here?
I have no idea what it was back in the
It
day.
looks great.
Yeah, but a lot of it was just added because you can see the outside walls on something.
Yeah,
Because
I
over
love
here is
it.
the Renaissance apartments and everything, so it was kind of added. Yeah,
I love
when
that.
they were
I
putting
love
the theater in.
And did she have to audition?
No, in the opera world, we don't really do, at least Toledo Opera, we don't do auditions for principal roles. My artistic director and I, Kevin Bilsma, we sit down and we look at agents' websites, and I make a list and I send it to Kevin, and we kind of cogitate and think about, I like her, okay, and then I, deal with the agent and things like that. So
Now
it's
I want to
more-
hear her side of that story. So you're sitting
Yeah.
at home again and you just get a phone call?
Well, I get an email that says offer, and I'm like,
Oh, you like that?
offer. Yeah. So that was nice. That
And
was
then
a
the
nice
offer, and
email.
then there was a number right beside it, and you're like, that number is a good number. I like that number right there.
Yeah.
Little $sign number.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that all's done usually about 18 months before we even start.
Gotcha. So you're getting a hold of her agent. All this time, you probably don't even know the agent's talking to
Right.
Jim.
Nope.
Yeah. Until it's all finalized, and they're like, boom.
Yeah.
And they're like, here's the offer, here's everything, and you're like, sold.
Toledo, where's Toledo?
Have you ever been to Toledo?
I have not, but I did a lot of symphony concerts a bunch of years ago, and I've been in Columbus. I went to
Okay.
Youngstown. I did some gigs in Indiana, but actually I've never been
Gotcha.
to Toledo. It's
Do
my
you get
first
like
time
a
here.
hotel? Do you get like Airbnb? How's that all work?
Yeah, they set up us at
They
a
do it
hotel.
all.
Yeah.
Do you give her a list of all the great restaurants she can go
We
to?
do.
All right. All right.
Near their hotel and downtown.
There you go. Because
Yeah.
if you need more, I got more. I made a whole list also for same occasions. Like if you need more, I got them. There's great places downtown, but there's great places everywhere.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't want to keep hate you only here. We got another person that's going to come
Rehearsal's
Okay.
starting.
in. Yeah, rehearsal
soon,
starting real soon. Hopefully not in a minute.
No,
Oh,
we've got
okay.
a few minutes. But,
Okay.
Yeah.
So Cam plays Bloody Mary in South Pacific.
Oh,
so
is
she
that,
can-
is that a big character?
that's
Valley
a pretty-
High.
Valley High.
It's a supporting role,
Happy
yeah.
Talk.
Happy Talk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's
Okay.
got some big numbers.
I
yeah.
bring Ron with me because he knows everything.
There you go.
So
Well,
I
thank
come
God
in
for Ron,
completely
'cause
raw.
you know nothing.
I don't. I don't.
You need
I'm
to
talking about
do more
rat
research.
I'm talking about rat terriers and colors of
Yeah.
your shirts,
Yeah.
and I try and keep it, about me. I guess I don't know.
There you go.
But I wanted to thank you for coming on, obviously, and I'm sure you're fabulous. They found you on the web and needed to have you.
And Toledoans can come and see this.
Yes,
star.
absolutely.
Yes.
All right, we're gonna swap you out. Let's bring in the next person here.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Cam.
Okay.
Hello, hello.
There you go. Do you go by Michael or Mike?
You can call me Mike. Either one's fine.
Either one
but
is
Mike,
fine?
Mike works. Yeah.
All right. Like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
His agent told me Mike.
All right.
Only his
Oh.
mother calls him Michael.
Only his mother calls him Michael. Is
That's
that
what I was
true?
told.
Oh man, that's like my son Gabriel. He's Gabe, until the girls find him, and then it's Gabriel, and then they know, it's just he's like whatever. I guess I'm Gabriel half the time and Gabe the other half of the time. So do you have? Is it just your mom that calls you Michael for real, or did you just making stuff up over there?
No, it's pretty interchangeable. My name's Mike Schwitter, and friends call me Schwitty.
Schwitty.
So if I'm doing a show, a lot of times,
It's fun when you have a
Schwitty's
great
a-
name that
yeah.
people could just do that about.
Schwitty. Yeah.
I love it.
So you
I
can
love
call
it.
me.
So who are you
and
in the show? What are you doing in the show?
I play Lieutenant Joseph Cable.
Okay, so I do not
He's
know
a
the show.
Marine.
Okay, I don't know the show. So you get to explain what the show is for me and anybody who hasn't been a part of this experience already. What is it that it is?
Well, Jim can probably give you a great overview of the show, and then I'll kind of explain where
There
I
we
fit
go.
into
Sounds
the
good.
puzzle.
So South Pacific was written in 1949, opened on Broadway in 76 years ago. It was a Pulitzer Prize-winning musical based on the book James Michener, Tales of the South Pacific.
Okay.
Written by Richard Rodgers and Oscar Hammerstein. It's their best work, I think. And it's really about two sets of lovers, Cable and Leot, and Emile and Nellie. And they, as all relationships, they have a little rockiness in the middle of it because of some prejudices.
Oh,
So
okay.
there's a little racism going on in 1949, and unfortunately
bit, yeah.
it's still here.
Yeah.
And, they come together, and then, as couples do, they grow a little bit and maybe break up. And Cable comes to the island because he's been sent on a mission.
And that's who you're playing, Mike. You're playing Cable?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
So that happens in the middle of World War II, and Cable comes in and meets this island girl named Leot, and it's instant love, and there's some problems.
So some huge chemistry immediately then.
Not
Absolutely.
to mention there's bullets flying and
Well, so this was
Not
written
really
in-
on this island. They go into the war.
Yeah.
Cable is
Okay.
sent into the war.
You're a soldier?
Yes,
He's a Marine.
I'm a Marine.
Marine.
So I come in to sort of, I'm on a mission to sort of reclaim a series of islands for the U.S. against the Japanese.
Are
And
you a
so-
higher up officer then?
Yes.
Lieutenant.
A lieutenant. Okay, so you are an officer, not just a grunt who's there
So
on the beach.
So I arrive at this sleepy island, for lack of a better word, to say, I'm on a mission. I'm here, and I need help from one of the locals, who's Emile Debec, who's
French
who's
plantation owner.
Yes.
Okay, what is the island? Where does this all take place? I know,
In-
besides the
well,
South Pacific.
The middle of the South Pacific.
Oh, they don't have.
They don't tell us
say,
that
Okay.
they go to Marie Island,
Okay.
or Louise Island.
Gotcha. They don't do that. Gotcha.
So you have been on Broadway.
I have, yes.
Really? Man, you
Yes.
got a couple of ringers in this
Yes.
show, Jim.
Toledo
Nailed
Opera
it.
doesn't mess around.
I'm telling you. Wow. What did you do on Broadway?
I was in.
Got my voice all high over here. I'm like, you guys are amazing.
I was in the Pippin revival on Broadway.
What?
A few years ago.
I
Wow.
played Lewis, and then I covered the role of Pippin.
Wow. Look
And then
at these people.
and then this is Toledo Opera. Do you do opera? Do you have to do opera to be in the Toledo Opera?
No.
No, as far as I know, no.
No, because the opera is branching out and doing these golden age musicals. Last year we did Ragtime.
Yes.
Because it takes bigger voices, and so does South Pacific. Emile
Yes.
Debec was originally Ezio Pinza, Metropolitan Opera, Basso Profundo. And he's got this big, heavy voice. But all the other parts are more Broadway. So that's how we've cast it, so that we have that truer tone of what they really originally wanted.
Yeah, and that's perfect for our audience. This
Absolutely,
is perfect
yeah.
for our podcast
Absolutely.
of theater people who are big theater goers. And this is like the third or fourth time the opera has been on our podcast. And we're trying to get as many people to get over to you guys and understand
Absolutely.
that it's not just, you guys aren't just doing Italian language.
It's not all
operas anymore.
Figaro.
Yes, there you go. Yeah.
And then where did you come from?
I was born in New Jersey originally. I grew
Nice.
up right outside the city and went to a performing arts high school. I went to University of Cincinnati, the
Oh.
college
You came all the way to Ohio.
I did. I came
So
to
he
Ohio
knew about Toledo.
for the MT training, and I've been through Toledo once before. I was on tour with Les Miserables.
Get out of
So,
town. When was that?
That was
Ron was probably there.
Yeah,
maybe.
I saw it. It was
This was-
25th anniversary-ish area.
This-
You recorded the
Stranahan.
wigs and stuff, didn't you, over that show?
I could have been in.
Yeah, you were probably in that one.
Maybe. Yeah. This was about 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Right.
That was definitely it.
right before COVID.
I
so-
came and saw that. Yeah.
Oh, amazing! Yeah.
Not saw
you
it,
were
he
great.
saw behind the
You were
stage.
great.
Excellent. So
But,
that was the last time I'm in Toledo, and I'm very, very happy to be
good.
back.
I love it. I can't, so we have to make sure everybody hears this. We got to make sure everybody sees this because this is a great show that never, ever, ever gets done here.
Not on this scale, no.
Ever.
No.
I've never seen
Yeah.
it. We've been doing this forever in
Well,
the community.
Rep did it a few years ago.
Oh,
I directed it there.
that was
but-
you?
Yeah. But not on this scale. I mean,
and
it's
for your,
much bigger.
and for your listeners, sort of a fun trivia fact about this show is it was the second musical out of 10 that exist to have won the Pulitzer Prize.
A Pulitzer surprise.
awarded
Or
to the
surprise.
Pulitzer
A
Yeah.
Pulitzer Prize.
Because of its issues that it
Right.
addresses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So if your listeners happen to know the other ones, it's fun to look up and understand why they won this award because at the time, the themes of this show were so important, and no one was really talking about it.
Yeah.
And I think it's crazy that it still holds up 80 years later. That
I've
is-
never
things were
seen it.
just-
This is a reason for me to go
Absolutely.
see it. Again,
Absolutely.
a Pulitzer Prize winner. I didn't even know musicals and plays could win that. I
There
didn't
you
even know they
go.
were an
They
option. I
can.
thought that was just for newspaper
They
writers.
can. And your listeners can come on Friday, February 14th at 7:30 at the Valentine,
Yeah.
or Sunday matinee at 2 p.m. Now, tickets are very, very tight for Sunday. Right now, we have about 300 left for Friday, but only 100 left for Sunday. So if they want
Valentine's
tickets,
Day at the Valentine.
they can, Valentine's Day at the Valentine.
There you go.
Actually, they just go to ToledoOpera.org or call 419-255-SING.
Look at him go. He's a better pitch man than I am. So you guys
on
are
it.
doing that, and we're
Yeah.
all done. Thanks for coming, guys.
Thank you.